So in today's learning series, we will see how we can connect Atlassian Jira to Amazon QuickSight and derive insights from the data. My name is Salim Khan, and I'm a Senior QuickSight Solutions Architect at AWS. I also have my colleague Sabah Haq who will be presenting with me today. So as for the agenda, we will start off with a quick overview of Amazon QuickSight and how it helps in unifying business intelligence. We will show some prerequisites that are required for connecting Atlassian Jira to QuickSight, and then go over the Jira configuration and the connection details. And then we will present a few samples of architectures that we recommend. And then we will do a live demo on showing you how we can connect to Jira, pull the data into our Spice engine, which is our in-memory engine. And then we have a sample analysis built. We will show how you can drive insights with Amazon QuickSight's new generative BI features with your Atlassian Jira data. Okay, and then we'll close out with a few references. Okay, so for folks who are new to QuickSight, QuickSight is a cloud-native unified business intelligence or a BI service at hyperscale. Right? QuickSight enables BI for everyone in the organization that needs them in the format that they want, including automated augmented analytics that leverages machine learning and natural language querying for end users. It is built on a serverless architecture that enables consumption-based pricing model and auto-scale. Amazon QuickSight offers BI at any scale, or what we like to call hyperscale, very cost efficiently. Let's now dive into the QuickSight architecture and see how this happens. With Amazon QuickSight, you can connect all your data wherever it is. QuickSight is natively integrated with AWS data sources, as well as on-prem and hosted databases. You can also connect to third-party business applications like Salesforce or ServiceNow, as well as other cloud platforms like Google Cloud Platform, and what we're going to see in the demo today with Atlassian Jira. Once you have connected your data, you can then leverage QuickSight's proprietary high-performance data engine called Spice, right, to accelerate performance or run direct query against your data sources. You can also combine multiple data sources within QuickSight's data layer to get a holistic view across your data. QuickSight's analytics layer enables historical analysis, as well as automated built-in machine learning insights, forecasting and anomalies detection, and even SageMaker integration to bring your own machine learning models, all in a very intuitive, easy-to-use UI-based workflow. These insights can then be delivered to everyone in multiple ways, like from interactive dashboards, embedding in apps and websites, natural language querying with QuickSight Q, and paginated reports or pixel perfect requests, like we're calling it now, to meet all your BI needs across different use cases. So QuickSight is built on a serverless auto-scaling architecture I mentioned before that is highly available with a robust set of mechanisms to provide secure, governed access to data insights, which can include row level and column level security also. Okay. So as far as the prerequisites for the demo today, you have to have an AWS account, and then within the AWS account, you have to have a QuickSight account and also an Atlassian Jira account that we need to connect to. So going over the connection details, the first thing that you require to connect to Jira from QuickSight is the site-based URL. I've shown over here on the screenshot, the URL part, which is highlighted in red, is the site-based URL for Jira connectivity. Once you have that, log into your Jira website and you have that information, you can keep that and store it so that we can use that in the connection parameters. Okay. Along with the site-based URL, you also need an API token along with the user ID that you log in with. And the API token can be retrieved from the security tab within your Jira account. And then you can just click on create API token, and then you'll get the token and you can store that and use that in the connection details. So connected to Jira, we have two basic architectures that we use, right? So QuickSight can connect natively to Jira. Okay. That has certain aspects to it. Like once you have the native connector connecting to Jira from QuickSight, you get the projects and issues tables from Jira into your QuickSight account. If you have a much more advanced requirement, like if you have custom fields within your Jira that you have created and you need transformation that needs to happen, like build a hierarchy of all the projects and epics and stories, then we recommend using this architecture. In this architecture, what you can do is once the Jira users log in or create issues in Jira, we use Lambda code to make an API call to Jira and store all that raw data in an S3 bucket. Once you have that data in an S3 bucket, we can use Glue to transform that data and clean that data. Maybe create hierarchies for the project that you have. And then you can store the process data in another bucket in S3, right? Once that is done, you can catalog the data in Amazon Athena and then visualize that data in QuickSight. So we recommend this architecture if you have custom requirements, custom fields, and then if you need transformations that need to happen, and you need to bring in other forms of data that you can visualize in QuickSight. Let me quickly jump on to the demo. So I've logged into my QuickSight console, and we're seeing this for the first time. We have all our assets on the left-hand side, right? We connect to data sources and we create the data set. And then from that data set, we build the analysis and then publish that as dashboards. And we can share our content with our different organization types, like your shared folders, my folders, and then you can flag in your favorites, right? So let me quickly create a new data set, and you have all of this native connectivities for QuickSight. Jira is one of them. So for the demo, I have actually created a data source. Let me quickly show what that looks like. Click on edit. See, I've provided data source name and the site-based URL from my Jira account, right? And then I can provide the username and the API token. And once I've done that, I validate the connection, right? Since I have created already that connection from before, I can just do create data set. Once the connection validates, you'll see the default schema loads up and you will be able to see the issues table and the projects. Like I can click on issues, say edit and preview data. And then QuickSight reads the metadata from the Jira account and will give you all of these columns by default. So you got the project information, you got the epic, when it was created, all the comments, who is assigned to, the story points, all of this information comes in from the Jira into the QuickSight. And then I can basically go ahead and save and publish. And this publishes that into the Spice data mode, right? So once you have this information now, we can go ahead and visualize this in QuickSight. With that said, I'll pass on the demo to Sava, who will be going through the demo of the analysis and the dashboard and the generative BA features and how you can use that with your Jira data to get insights of your Jira data.
So to get started with our QuickSight dashboard that we have here for this demo, we have it based off of the fictitious company called Any Company. And at the top here, we have some high-level KPIs. And this covers a holistic view of all the Jira project issues. And that can include the number of total issues in progress, maybe total issues that are open as well. Beneath this, we have a few different fields below, including the number of issues by priority, weekly issue trends, and the project status. And additionally, at the top of this dashboard, we have filter controls in place. And with this filter control, I can scale down to specific Jira projects that I may have and view specific data and metrics for one Jira project. So for example, I can select this first one and we can drill down into all the project information only for this project. And I can also have a more comprehensive view if I want all of my projects. So now, for example, I see that issues by priority in this table or in this donut chart we have here, we see that the medium priority has been the most popular and we have 83%. So maybe I want to understand my data a little bit more, understand what type of medium priorities I have. I can do so by selecting the issues. And here I have a navigation action. And with this navigation action, if I select into medium, this will prompt open another sheet that we have as part of this dashboard. And we can get a little bit more of an overview of the specific team workloads and the distribution of if there's any Jira tasks that are done, in progress, open, or to do. And we also have a table with our task details. And this is based on the attributes of issue ID, priority, issue status, issue type, and then the projects that it's associated with. So specifically, maybe I want to view a specific issue within the Atlassian Jira webpage. I can do so by utilizing a URL action. And what this URL action will do is allow me to see this Jira web page as well. So for example, I see for this first issue ID of 10116, if I select on the key attribute, I can open this issue within the Atlassian web page as well and get some more details within the Jira web page itself. And while we're also here to introduce more of our generative BI capabilities with Amazon Q and QuickSight, we have a feature of executive summary. And while your dashboards are great to understand the different aspects of your data, it can be difficult to extract the most significant pieces of information when you as the reader are in a rush to understand this data. So in such situations, the feature of executive summary will allow you to analyze the data that's presented in this dashboard and create a summary of the key information in a more easier to digest format. So if you wanted to try doing so, in this Q build feature, we have executive summary. So with QuickSight, you can generate, it'll understand the underlying data, provides you a little summary of, hey, here's what's happening in your dashboard. So for this example dashboard, it's based off a project dashboard that combines various visuals related to issues tracking and project status from our Jira webpage, or from our Jira application. So if I wanted some more key information, we can see and pull out information such as on September 15th, 2024, we had a peak in the number of issues, around 269 issues. And for those that haven't seen the executive summary feature before, you also have an easy place to copy this summary to your clipboard and make it easier to share with your team members and stakeholders. Additionally, with this executive summary console, you can review the accuracy of this summary, either by selecting that it looks great or there's something wrong and it might need some updates. Additionally, this content that's presented in this dashboard might also trigger some related questions in the mind of your audience. So some of these we can answer through interacting and drilling down with these visuals in our dashboard. However, if our dashboard can't answer all of the questions, rather than having your users request new dashboard visualizations or overload the author of this dashboard, they can simply answer their questions utilizing the Amazon Q&A system. And so in doing so, I can have a chat open, and this is a chat pane where I can start adding in questions that I might have about my data. And with Amazon Q and QuickSight, this will help to provide multi-visual responses along with natural language summaries and alternate exploration choices that we can see. So to show some examples, maybe I want to know something such as, show me issues by priority type from our Jira application. And if I select Ask, behind the scenes, QuickSight will understand this data and generate some multi-visual responses and also a summary along with annotations based off of certain visualizations. So first, for our first question of show me issues by priority, we can see in this bar chart that the medium priority is the most popular, and we have around 527 issues currently. Additionally, we have some more multi-visual responses, such as a table information to see more tabular information, like the issue type ID, status name, the priorities, and the issue types, and also the project that it's associated with. We also see some trends in our line chart, and we can see a spike in our data for this specific issue type ID of 117. Additionally, if this is your first time seeing the Q&A portion of Amazon Q and QuickSight, you also have some additional features such as sharing this answer with other stakeholders or team members. You can also provide feedback based off of the answer in this topic. So you can rate it up, that looks great. If not, you can add more additional details about here's what's wrong with the answer and submit this. And that helps for more granular understanding of your answers. Additionally, you also have a pinboard mechanism. And with the pinboard mechanism, say for example, this total issues by priority table, I wanted to save this. I can simply add it to my pinboard and it'll successfully add this visual to my pinboard. I can go back to this portion over here and see pinboard. And we can see this visual is also prompted in our pinboard. And the pinboard allows for you to have faster access to specific visualizations. So instead of asking the same question repeatedly, I can go back to my pinboard and view this visual and access it within a single click. Now going back to our Q topic, if, for example, I want to know more levels of granularity with my questions, maybe I want to know, since we've seen our first question of show me issues by priority, maybe I want to scale this further and see only priorities that are of the type medium. If I ask this question, QuickSight will answer this question and generate a summary as well. We can see that total issues, we have 527. And we can also see in our summary that among the 527 issues, the most common issue type is stories, and that we have 376 current stories right now. And we have all these multi-visual responses as well. Additionally, with these questions, you can also see how QuickSight Q will interpret this. So we see interpret as total issues for priority medium, and you see this pencil icon. If we select this, you can see where it's coming from in your data fields and also the database that it's coming from. So we see that for this question, it's coming from our issues data set. And you can also have the capabilities to change this as well if you'd like as well to make the question more accurate for your use cases. Now, for example, I want to see issues with a medium priority for a specific date. I also have that capability. So maybe, for example, we can ask a question such as, show me the total issues for September 6, 2024, where the priority is only medium. I can ask this question of Amazon Q and QuickSight, and we can see that the total issues created on September 6th were 398 issues. And this is why we can also see this in a line chart format and see a spike in our data for September 6th. And in contrast, Q will also give more information saying that, the lowest amount of records that we have was on September 2nd with only 3 medium priority issues. And we also have this table format where we can see more information about different issued IDs, their status name, and then all of the priorities being medium, and their issue types such as epic, story, or initiative. Now, maybe I want to know for a specific issue type ID what project key it's associated with. So I can, for example, ask maybe another question, such as, what is the project key? What project key does our issue of 144 belong to? And in answering this question, we get multi-visual responses. We can see that there's one unique project key for our issue type ID. We can also see that the issue type ID for 144 is associated with the project key of this one, which is EK24567. And additionally, we can also see some more granular information. The status is currently to do. We have a priority of medium. It's an initiative issue type, and that it belongs to our EC2 to EKS 2024 project. And now while we have this capability to ask questions of our data with Amazon Q and QuickSight, one of the challenges of democratizing our data and insights is that even when our dashboards are available and widely shared, users want to build narratives in. This takes a time-consuming and manual format, and you can think of taking screenshots of your data, copy and pasting them, and then writing them into emails. And the governance becomes an issue because in these emails, now you don't know who has access to what data. And the reuse is limited, and managing these stories can also become more of an issue. So this is where our data stories feature comes into play that will enable your readers to create persuasive stories and share that information with others in the organization from the same governed data sets directly within QuickSight. And your readers can now have more impactful data storytelling to drive more actions within your business and also save time of either creating a presentation or writing up a long email. So if we wanted to do this capability, simply where we had the executive summary feature, we also have data story. I'm going to select data story, and this prompts open a page where it'll ask me for what type of data story I'm looking for and the different type of visuals that I would like to add to support my story. So for example, maybe I want to write a story around a use case such as write me a story about Jira project statistics, which projects have the most issues that are not completed, and the team workload distribution. I can then select add visuals to support my visual story. And in doing so, once I have this, I can select visualizations I'd like. So maybe we can do our pie chart, we can do this table, and this bar chart. And then I can select build. And this leverages the generative AI capabilities behind the scenes to create me a full data story in the matter of minutes. And this takes a couple of minutes to generate. And additionally, you can also see at the top that we have aspects to edit our information within our data stories. So once this generates, we can be able to utilize those capabilities. Now that we've seen this data story being generated, we can select different styles and make it more personal. Oops, seems like there was a little technical difficulty there. Let's rebuild our story. And now that we see that this has been generated, we can see summary information such as introductions, our different visualizations that we've imported from our dashboard, and some more information about these specific visuals, some more insights and recommendations, and a conclusion. So this shows you the power of the data story aspect. And additionally, you may have more knowledge about your data that you can also feel free to enter in and edit as well. Additionally, some powers of Amazon Q and QuickSight with this data story mechanism. Maybe I can select this entire paragraph and I can have an option to edit this, making it longer, making it into a shorter paragraph, or changing it into a bullet point format. So for example, if I want to change it into bullet point formats, I can do so. And you can review the accuracy once again. You can choose to discard this narrative if you don't like it, try it again, or keep it. So I like this right now and I'm going to keep it. And now I can see these bullet points in my data story. So once I'm here and I created my data story and I want to share it, I have the option to do so by selecting the share button, and I can easily share it with all of my team members and stakeholders. So that wraps up our demo portion for today's session. Additionally, we also have some references here. So this is our first reference, which is the QuickSight SaaS connectors. And such as we've seen in today's demo for Jira Atlassian, we can also have connect to other SaaS data sources as well. Additionally, for our second reference, we have the Learn QuickSight reference. And this is to allow you get more hands-on practice with utilizing the various features of Amazon Q and QuickSight, and also QuickSight in general. And for our last one, as Madison was also saying earlier, for those that haven't joined our QuickSight community, you can also sign up and you can ask different questions and learn alongside many other community members as well.